Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Xana520, and welcome to Metroid Samus Returns. This is the next installment in the Metroid series timeline, and is a remake of Metroid 2: Return of Samus that was released on the Nintendo 3DS in 2017. Unlike the previous DS Metroid game we played, which was Prime Hunters, this one goes for a more traditional approach to the Metroid series outside of a few controls that we'll get to later. Oh, this is here. Great. Alright, so how do I get rid of this then? Do I select this and then go new game? Yes. Start new game. Yes. In the year 20X5 of the Cosmic Calendar, a Galactic Federation research team discovered an unknown life form on planet SR388. While they were able to successfully obtain a living sample, their research vessel was attacked by space pirates during their voyage home. This attack was no coincidence. The space pirates had set their sights on these mysterious organisms called Metroids. They planned to replicate the sample and exploit its ability to absorb the energy of any life form. Their intention was to use Metroids as a weapon, one powerful enough to conquer the entire galaxy. To combat this threat, the Galactic Federation dispatched a lone bounty hunter to infiltrate the space pirate base on planet Zebes. Against all odds, Samus Aran eradicated the Metroids on Zebes and defeated Mother Brain, the leader of the space pirates. And so their sinister plans were thwarted. For a time. Concerned by these developments, and by the great threat the Metroid species still posed to the galaxy, the Galactic Federation mounted another expedition to SR388. A special squadron of elite soldiers from the Galactic Federation Police were dispatched to investigate. The team soon went missing, but not before transmitting a small sampling of data back to headquarters. Analysis of this data confirmed a Metroid presence within the interior of planet SR388. So long as they continued to exist, these Metroids would forever pose a devastating threat to the galaxy. The resulting decision of the Galactic Federation Council was immediate and unanimous. Samus Aran, you must exterminate the Metroids once and for all. And so we make landfall on SR388 for the second time. Alright, moving forward, controls are as such. You use the analog stick left and right to move about, up, down to crouch. You use the Y button to shoot. And B is jump. I think I may have mentioned that. Press and hold the L trigger to aim, and you have full 360 aiming controls, which is new outside of, Metroid Prime. We also, if I check here, have the ability to grab onto ledges and aim around. Now, obviously, you have a limited aiming radius because there's a wall in the way. Oh, right, and this button. Hitting the... holding R and pressing Y allows us to fire a missile. And you'll notice on the bottom screen there, you'll notice that it changes the screen. Yes, Thank you for tutorial. Alright. Let's just hop up here. So, you're not supposed to learn that move for a little while. But, a lot to explain in this first episode again. So, bottom screen. We have, on the right side, our power beam. If I hold the R button, I now have access to missiles. And I can shoot them around, much the same as you would normally in any Metroid game. You'll notice that when I put my cursor over an enemy, whoops, it turns the reticle red. That is helpful to know if you're aiming at something off screen. If we come down here, we'll find one of those GF police troopers. Here's a door. Shoot the door. And now we get this tutorial. Recognize this enemy. Use your melee counter before a charging enemy makes contact to parry. After doing so, you will automatically take aim. Press X to use your melee counter now. By using the melee counter, and then immediately shooting, you will one-hit kill a majority of the enemies in this game. It's a very, very, very powerful attack. You'll also notice that whenever we kill something, there's a bunch of stuff that comes off. The yellow stuff we'll get to. The purple stuff is going to be your health. Successfully parrying an enemy will also stun it for a short time. And you can also parry and then immediately use a missile. It's not always the most useful attack to do, but sometimes you'll get into a situation where the enemy is actually immune to your beam, and you're going to need to use missiles, such as, in the case of our Metroids that we're going to have to deal with coming up. These are our crumble blocks, and this little doodad right here is going to be our missile recharge station. You also notice that we only started with 24 missiles as opposed to the 30 of the original. Red door. Use a missile to destroy the shield on it. And we'll come through here to discover a Chozo Statue. This Chozo Statue is going to give us none other than our Morph Ball. Excellent. Gives a brief description here. The compact Morph Ball lets you move through narrow passages. Simply press it down while crouching or tap the map on the touchscreen to take on Morph Ball form. Not going to be using that option very often because of the way my control is set up. We also have this little doodad here. This little guy is actually immune to your beam when he is upright. This is going to be our save station. We're going to skip this for right now. You'll notice sometimes enemies drift closer to you if you get in their vicinity. And now for the main mechanic. This is a Metroid Lock. You'll notice this room is full of purple goo. This purple goo takes the place of the lava or acid or whatever it is that we had to deal with in the original. This stuff is extremely corrosive and dangerous. This guy's gonna turn around. This is a unique and interesting new type of door that we've never encountered. This is a charge door. We're going to need the charge beam to deal with that door. Also, here's some more dead GF troopers. But now for another new mechanic that was introduced here that separates it from the original. Going to need to roll through the bird mouth, and doing so gives us the scan pulse ability. This is going to be the first of our Aeon abilities. Aeon fuels special abilities like the scan pulse. Refill your gauge with the Aeon orbs foes may drop when you either beat them or successfully parry. Those will be the yellow orbs we saw. The scan pulse uses Aeon to scan an area, used to reveal map information and the location of breakable blocks. We use the up direction on the D-pad, and then press the A button while it's equipped to activate it. We can also cancel it if we press it again before it goes off. And listen to that music! You can see we can use Aeon to discover that these are destroyable. And so are these. Roll through here. Oops. Hello. Come here. Go away. We also have access to our wall jumping ability that we had from Zero Mission. Simply go against a wall and then quickly press away and press B to do a wall jump. And here we have the first of many missile tanks. One thing that's different from this game to the previous is that missile tanks only give you an extra 3 missiles. Unlike the 10 of the first game. And now for the Metroid Counter. We get a nice little cutscene of this Metroid eating a Hornode. The Metroid Counter in this game... Oh, and it gives you the ability to use Amiibo. The Metroid Counter will start to chirp when you are close to a Metroid. Yellow means that you're very close, or relatively close. Then it'll turn to orange when you're fairly close. And it will go red when you're in an actual room with a Metroid. This is our energy refill. You can see it chirping louder now. Deal with this guy. Is there something up here, perhaps? From what I've found, it's a lot better to use your parry ability to deal with enemies than just outright do this crazy shooting, unless there's certain kinds of enemies. This is another kind of door that we're going to have to deal with later. Also, thankfully, the beams in this game actually stack, so we don't have to worry about... Well, I should say, most of them stack. There are some that do not. Anyway, you can actually come through here. And if you have one of these little holes that's in a wall, you can walk up to it and press the A button in order to roll inside it. Let's give a quick scan here. There's something on the other side of this wall. Aha! Another missile expansion. It has been a little bit of time since I actually played this. so I may end up using the Aeon ability a little more often. Another save room here. We're getting really close now. And now for the fight with our first Alpha Metroid, which is best fought by using the parry. But destroying this Metroid grants us a piece of Metroid DNA. Also, these are our warning signs that say, hey, there's a Metroid in the area. I probably also should explain the small icons on the map. But as soon as we find all of them, then I shall do so. Because there's one more that we haven't encountered. Ah, energy tank. Also, we get more than 5 energy tanks in this game. Come up here. And come through here to get one of the more useful items in the game, the charge beam. We all remember the charge beam, handy dandy little device. The charge beam gathers energy which is then released all at once. This power can be used to open charge doors. Press and hold Y to charge and then release Y to fire. So we can open these charge doors, and once they're open, they become regular doors. Most of the time. There's an exception to that rule that I'll get into. You'll also notice... Well, I haven't explained that yet. Never mind! You'll notice the, some of the little symbols that I will explain in a moment once we find the last one. Come back through here. Roll up through here, avoid that guy, and jump on that guy, because why not? And then come through here. Come through here, avoid the purple goo. Now that we've got one piece of Metroid DNA, let's plug it into this device. That opens the Metroid Lock and drains away the purple ooze. This is how we progress in Samus Returns. And I think this is going to be the first... Nope, never mind. Through here for right now. Ah, here we go. This. I'll explain this more in a little bit more detail later. But this handy device becomes very important later on. Occasionally, you'll also come across stagnant pools of purple goo. Those look fairly familiar. You should be able to recognize them as the diamond-shaped constructs from the first game, or from the Game Boy game. But we can now take this elevator down into Area 2. Well, excuse me, Area 1. Where we were before is the surface. Now. Whoa. Let me show you the alternate way to kill these guys. Knock them over with a well-timed parry, and hit them in the soft underbelly that they have. There's a lot of maze-like areas in here. There's our purple ooze. Oh, careful. Game. Oh, we've got these guys. I should recognize these guys. These guys respawn. It's kind of weird. They pop out of holes in the ground. Kind of interesting, to say the least. There's a reason for that, though. So, we come to our second Metroid Lock, and it appears that we're going to need 4 Metroids to take these, to unlock this door. And we're introduced to a new enemy type. Also water. Alright. So this door. This is the game's way of telling you that there is a superheated area behind a door. You don't want to enter superheated areas without a very important upgrade that you can probably guess. Also, these guys, if they see you, will electrify the ground. And they will electrify the whole ground that's connected to their plane. Now, unfortunately... Whoa. Hello. Unfortunately, this game does not obey, quote-unquote, prime levels, or a prime, what would I say? Completion? It's purely time-based, much like a old-style Metroid game was. It's based entirely upon... Well, not entirely, actually. It's basically mostly upon how fast you're able to beat the game. But there is a, there is a bit of a collection, aspect to it as well. These are the harmful plants from before. And we're getting very close to a Metroid. Come on, get away from the door. Or wall. Excuse me. There should be a Metroid right through this door. Get out of the plants. There it is. Now, there's actually 2 kinds of Alpha Metroids in this game. There are fire-based Alpha Metroids and electric-based Alpha Metroids. And each one, of course, has its own, you know, method of attacking. If you see that, don't try to parry that, because you're not going to be able to. Ow. You got the last hit on me. Anyway, let's grab this first piece of Metroid DNA and carry on. Now, interesting to note, these rooms that have Metroids in them, if you return to them later, they will be populated by creatures. Unlike in the first game, where the rooms stay empty. I need to watch my health. I'm starting to get a little low. According to this, there should be another Metroid nearby. Well, let's check our Aeon real quick. Yes. But we don't have something to destroy that, unfortunately. So we're going to have to come back here at a later time once we get a new upgrade. In fact, I think the upgrade might actually be through here. They've made SR388 a lot more maze-like, which kind of works for the planet and how the game was supposed to be portrayed. But it does tend to make things a little bit more annoying at times, such as that. Anyway, should probably keep going. Or maybe not. Well, I guess we can't go up that way yet. Interesting. Let's go this way instead. This guy is a jerk. These guys are really difficult to defeat. Especially on higher difficulties. Anyway, you know what? Give me a second here. I'm going to explain some of our icons. Well, let me see here. Let's go to the surface real quick, and then I can explain some icons. This icon here, the little red one, these are our missile recharge stations. The purple one is going to be our energy recharge. The bird is where we get our Aeon upgrades and also indicate where we can recharge our Aeon. The yellow icons there are also where we can recharge our Aeon, and it's usually going to be in the hands of a Chozo Statue. This little icon right here is going to be our save stations. This icon is a opened lock for Metroids. The actual unopened one has a different icon, which if I go back here, you can see over here. Circles on the map are going to be where there's an upgrade. Once you have that upgrade, it is replaced with a dot. If you have actually looked at what the upgrade is, it will show up on your map as usually a missile icon or an energy tank icon or something like that. The blue circles that are pulsing right now, those are going to be our suit upgrades. So we're approaching one. Whoops. Hello. Right now. And this is going to be our bombs. We're going to be using bombs a lot. A bomb is specially designed to be used with the morph ball. While in morph ball form, press Y to set a bomb. And I think... Never mind. Anyway, we need to get out of this room. If we use our Aeon ability, we can see that this block is bombable. And so is this one. And of course, we can bomb jump. And there's the, up there is where the Aeon icon, or the Aeon pickup fills your Aeon up. Let's get out of here. And let's actually head up and find a save station. Well, we're gonna have to head back and find a save station, I think. Unless there's a save station in this... Get out of my way, please. Thank you. In here. There should be a save station in here. Let's get through here quickly. Oh, right. And this one. The bird icon on the map. These are teleport pods. They enable us to quickly transfer ourselves between regions of SR388. They play a little bit into the story. Ow. Get out of here. I'm going to die. Please turn around. I'm running out of time. Let's go through here. Please let there be a save station somewhere nearby. There's not going to be a save station nearby. I might have to cut this right in half. Can you hit the right button? There we go. We're running slow through water right now. Well, we've got a familiar looking pickup down there. Grab this missile tank real quick. There's an upgrade in this room, but we can't get it at the moment. It's up there. A lot of mechanics I need to explain. Jeez. Go away. Go away. Let's come down here and get the second important upgrade. Yeah, this episode's gonna get cut in half. Anyway, this is our Ice Beam. Now, what separates Metroid 2 Return of Samus and Metroid Samus Returns is that, well, the Ice Beam freezes enemies. Frozen foes can be used as platforms. Charge before firing to keep enemies frozen longer. Tap its icon on the touch screen to equip and press Y to fire. The Ice Beam gets its own dedicated button. Also, there's a item down here, but we can't get it because these weird crystals are in the way. But it works just like the Ice Beam in any other game, except this one you can charge up to you make the freeze effect last longer. Otherwise, it lasts a relatively short amount of time. Which means we can now come in here and get this item, I think. Switching beams is going to be a little bit tricky for me, because I have to do things manually. Let me try this. There we go. That's how you do it. One other thing to note is that the Ice Beam cannot actually kill any enemies, but it can break blocks. We're going to come up in here and grab an Aeon Tank, which gives us a slight increase in the amount of Aeon power that we can carry. Now I just need to come up here. You are a jerk. Die. Alright, so this. We need to freeze this guy so we can hop up here and come through here. And this is the first broken door. This door, I think, is usually locked from the other side, but once opened from the other side, is now permanently open. You know what? We're gonna save here. And I'm just gonna run this episode a little long. So next time, on Metroid Samus Returns, we will venture into this next room and presumably fight a Metroid. This is Anna520, signing out.